Everyone that plays Airsoft here at Replay Airsoft Arena has to sit through a safety briefing before they're allowed to go out and participate in games for the first time. And one of the topics that we cover in the safety briefing is not shooting other players point blank. Now, let's start off by saying point blank is a relative term, and for people that normally play outdoors, it may be a little culture shock when they come here and realize that we don't have the same kind of rules that they have for outdoors. Outdoors, they normally have what's called a minimum engagement distance, which can be anywhere from 10 to 20 feet. And I kind of have a little bit of a problem with that in a lot of cases because it takes a lot for granted that the players are actually going to be able to hit each other even at that close range. Once you're running around and you've got your blood pressure up and your adrenaline's pumping, it's a lot harder to put bullets on targets than most people think. So expecting that you're automatically going to hit anything within 10 to 20 feet is really taking a lot for granted. But beyond that, what we do here at Replay Airsoft is indoor close quarter battle, and the key words there are close quarters. It's obviously unavoidable to get shot at a very close range because you're going to be operating in a very confined space. We've got about 6,000 plus square feet here, so I say small space in relative terms compared to being outdoor on a 1,000-acre facility. This is definitely much more close quarters. So we don't have what's called a minimum engagement distance. We just say don't shoot people point blank. And what that means is your gun cannot physically be in contact with the other player when you shoot them. Now, there are people, like I said, that play outdoors that feel like that might feel a little excessive to them at first because they've been in the culture where you have to be at least 10 to 20 feet away. But we found that if you wear the proper padding, which, by the way, we do provide here free of charge. We go through a lot of trouble to have on hand just about every bit of protective gear that you could possibly need, from extra BDUs, ACUs, gloves, hats, shamags, face masks. Everything is cleaned on a regular basis and sanitized. So, if you decide to go out on the field and not have protective gear on, that's really your own fault. We go through it plenty of times. We show everybody where this stuff is. So, and the truth is we have very few problems with people having major injuries. In fact, the majority of injuries that we see here are more self-inflicted from people tripping or running into walls or that kind of thing, where injuries due to airsoft battle wounds are kind of rare, provided that you wear the proper equipment. And there are some people that play on a regular basis that seem to have a higher tolerance for that sort of thing, where they'll be out there in short sleeves and short pants and they'll have welts all over their body and it doesn't seem to bother them at all. And where in other cases we'll have people that might get a little boo-boo on their finger and they come in crying the blues because they now have a red mark on their hand. So I think that goes to being properly mentally prepared for what you're going into. You are going into a activity that involves people shooting projectiles at you at a velocity of around 350 to 390 feet per second. So it's certainly not fatal. It's certainly not, permanently harmful to you, but you will get stung here and there. So I guess what I'm trying to get out here is be mentally prepared, understand that this is a physical activity. There will be some small amount of discomfort in playing it, but I think when you weigh that against the overall experience of what you get to do here, it's so unique compared to anything else. You're really living out, a video game fantasy in real life. So for most people, I'd say, more than 99% of the people, it's absolutely acceptable what's going on, and they totally can hack it. There's just the occasional person that's just, it's not for everybody. And that's why there's other sports like shuffleboard or, Pokemon cards or something like that. So if you feel like airsoft might be a little too much for you, that's all right. Doesn't have to be for you. So come on down and join us. We'll be glad to walk you through everything that goes on here at Replay Airsoft and bring you up to speed, and you can be part of the action too. So till the next time, don't let the bastards get you down.